I've never coached a better player, I've never coached a better competitor, and I've never coached a better person than Bill Walton.
Growing up, I was a very shy and very reserved youngster.
Bill.
Basketball was a sanctuary for me. It became my religion, and the gym was my church.
Bill Walton took his devotion to the game to UCLA, where he led the Bruins to 3 national titles. He became a college basketball legend and the prize pick of the NBA.
On March 27, 1974, a fateful choice of the coin flip gave Portland the first draft choice.
It's tails. Tails, Portland has...
Walton instantly revitalized the struggling Portland Trail Blazers, and he showed the game's top centers that he was a force to be reckoned with.
Bill Walton loved the game of basketball. He was the essence of team play. He was a fierce competitor who wanted to win and would do whatever he had to do to win. First of all, he knew he could score.
Here's Walton looking over that shoulder. There's a shot clock on the turnaround.
And he knew he was a great passer. He was also a very good shot blocker, an excellent rebounder. I can still visualize in my mind him going up high to get a defensive rebound, turning while he was in the air, outletting the ball to a perimeter player to start the fast break.
But for all his talent, Walton was also plagued by constant injuries. That, along with his unconventional lifestyle and political activism, made him a controversial figure during his early years in the NBA.
I think he was carrying too much stuff early on in a way that he was going to be this liberal, radical, counterculture hero, and that was very genuine with him.
I'm going to keep struggling for freedom and a more, a more decent and humane life for everybody.
I like Bill. He did his own thing, and he was all back to natural and all of that. And he had all this hair on him, and I didn't want to rub up against him because he was going to be funky leaving that game.
It was just his nature. It's like everyone has to have an outlet. And, he still listens to the Grateful Dead even when he got his hair cut. But come game time, he was a totally different person.
As the '77 season began, Bill wanted to shift the focus back to basketball and turn Portland into a winner.
Coach Wooden always told us that he'd rather have a team that was inexperienced but had a lot of talent rather than an experienced team with no talent. And so I'm not saying that last year's team had no talent, but I think we have more talent this year.
Referee underneath now. Walton with a good move pass.
When he came out of UCLA, a lot of people questioned whether Bill could have the stamina to play in the NBA. This season, not only did he prove that, he proved he was one of the very best.
The Blazers not only reached the playoffs for the first time, they made it all the way to the NBA Finals against the powerful Philadelphia 76ers.
91-87, 9:30 to go. Walton on the lob. Oh, he's got it in! Bill Walton got it in! Corsic and Gross. What a sequence for the Blazers! Walton again, twice at the basket.
Portland fans were in a frenzy as the Blazers came from 2 games down to take the next 3, and they were poised to wrap up the title in Game 6.
5 seconds to go. Portland leading 109 to 107. 3 will inbound. Here we go. The inbound of McGinnis. Drive, stop, pump, shoot, short, no good, and the game is over! The Portland Trail Blazers have won the World Championship. They are number 1.
What made it so extra special was the fans who would come out in such numbers and support us and drive us and push us.
Rip City, we got Rip City. They call us Rip City, USA.
I just want to make sure that the guy that took my bike, I started on my bike today sometime. I want to make sure that guy brings it back to me. It's like it's the only bike I have.
Walton followed up the '77 triumph by winning the next season's MVP award despite playing only 58 games due to a foot injury. This marked the start of an 8-year odyssey in which he was constantly in and out of the game.
My pro basketball career was one of frustration and disappointment. No one missed more basketball in the history of the NBA than I did. I missed more than 9.5 full seasons, but the times I was able to play, I was able to be part of some very special teams.
In 1986, Walton had one last moment of glory as the league's Sixth Man of the Year on the Boston Celtics championship team.
Coming to Boston was something that brought joy back into basketball for me.
They swing it around to Walton on the right side, off the glass, and Bill Walton makes it a 28-point lead.
The only thing I ever wanted to do was be a basketball player in the NBA. Growing up in a non-athletic family where my parents were interested in music and literature and education and art, I can remember when I was in 7th grade and my parents would give up their weekends to drive me to these stupid little basketball games that I was so interested in playing in. And I was sitting there and I looked over at my dad and he's driving along and I said, Dad, one day I'm gonna win the MVP in the NBA. And for winning that, you get a brand new car. I'm going to give you that car, Dad. And my dad looked back at me and said, what's the NBA? And my dad still has that car. I'm very proud of that.